Hi, my name is Zerndan Pagsiat, and my presentation is about schizophrenia. Schizophrenia is a chronic and severe mental disorder and affects how a person thinks, feels, and behaves. It is characterized by a range of cognitive, behavioral, and emotional dysfunctions, including hallucinations, delusions, disorganized speech, and impaired cognitive ability. Contributing factors: biological factors, genetic predisposition. Genetics play a major role in the development of schizophrenia. The risk of developing schizophrenia is approximately 10% if a first degree relative has a disorder, and as high as 40 to 50% in monozygotic twins. Neurochemical imbalances, dysregulation in neurotransmitters, particularly dopamine, glutamate, and serotonin, has been implicated in schizophrenia. Brain structure and function. Neuroimaging studies have consistently found structural abnormalities in individuals with schizophrenia, including enlarged lateral ventricles, reduced gray matter volume, and abnormal connectivity between brain regions. Prenatal and perinatal complications, in utero exposure such as maternal infection, example hypoxia during birth, are associated with increased schizophrenia risk. Psychological factors. Certain psychological traits and early life experiences can influence the onset and course of schizophrenia. For example, early trauma, including childhood abuse and neglect, has been shown to increase the risk of psychotic symptoms later in life. Environmental and social factors, urbanicity. Living in densely populated urban areas is associated with higher risk of schizophrenia, possibly due to increased social stress, population, and reduced community support. Migration and social exclusion. Immigrants and individuals from minority ethnic groups are in higher risk, particularly when facing discrimination, isolation, or acculturation stress. Substance use. The use of psychoactive substances, particularly cannabis, especially during adolescence, is strongly associated with increased schizophrenia risk, particularly in genetically vulnerable individuals. Stressful life events, major stressors such as death of a loved one, relationship breakdown, or financial instability can act as triggers for psychotic episodes, especially in the prodromal phase. Relevant anatomy and physiology of the brain in schizophrenia. Affected brain regions. Schizophrenia is consistently linked to enlarged lateral and third ventricles, suggesting brain tissue loss. MRI studies also show reduced gray matter in the prefrontal cortex, temporal lobes, hippocampus, and thalamus, regions vital of cognition, memory, emotion, and sensory processing. In schizophrenia, reduced ability in the prefrontal cortex may underlie cognitive deficits and negative symptoms, while hippocampal abnormalities are linked to memory issues and disorganized thinking. In schizophrenia, abnormalities in the superior temporal gyrus may contribute to auditory hallucinations, while thalamic volume loss and disrupted connectivity can impair sensory integration and lead to psychotic symptoms. In neurotransmitter involvement, the dopamine hypothesis suggests schizophrenia involves excess dopamine in the mesolimbic pathway and reduced dopamine in the mesocortical pathway. Glutamate dysfunction, particularly involving NMDA receptors, may disrupt neutral communication and contribute to both positive and negative symptoms of schizophrenia. Neurotransmitter involvement, serotonin imbalances, especially at 5-HT2A receptors, may affect mood, perception, and cognition. Second generation antipsychotic target both dopamine and serotonin, supporting a multi-system view of schizophrenia. Brain connectivity and circuitry. Schizophrenia involves disrupted connectivity between the prefrontal cortex and limbic system, which may contribute to emotional dysregulation, memory issues, and disorganized thinking. So we have a patient here named Mr. John Lloyd. He is a 26 years old male, a Latinos, living in the apartment in Victoria, BC. He was diagnosed schizophrenia paranoid type. History of psychobiological disorder is a new onset. Comorbidities, alcohol abuse, and nicotine dependence. Existing social support, he has a good relationship with his family and friends. So nursing process, encouraging expressions of thoughts. For example, can you help me understand what you're experiencing right now? I want to make sure I'm hearing you correctly and that you feel safe while we talk. It is a therapeutic because this open-ended question invites the patient to share their thoughts without judgment and also validates the patient's experience and demonstrates active listening. And it builds also trust and safe, especially important for someone with paranoia or hallucinations. Two is validating feelings and offering support. For example, it sounds like what you're going through is overwhelming. I'm here to listen and help you find ways to feel more in control. It is therapeutic because it statements, acknowledgments, and validates the patient's emotion state, and also avoids confronting or challenging delusions directly. And it offers support and collaboration, which is key of establishing rapport in psychiatric care. Nursing diagnosis, disturbed thoughts processes related to delusional thinking, impaired reasoning, suspiciousness, and difficulty with concentration and decision making. Rationally, schizophrenia often presents with the disorganized thinking, hallucinations, and delusions, which impair the patient's ability to process reality accurately and safely. So, treatment goal, the patient will demonstrate improved reality orientation by accurately identifying people, place, and time during interaction within 5 days. Intervention, establish a calm, structured environment and use clear, simple language when communicating with the patient. Evaluation, the patient demonstrated improved orientation by correctly identifying staff members and the current date and engaged in a coherent conversation by day 5 of treatment. Treatment outcome, the patient consistently demonstrates reality-based thinking by verbalizing accurate perceptions and no longer expresses delusions beliefs during the last 48 hours prior to discharge. Self-care deficit, bathing, hygiene, grooming related to cognitive impairment, apathy, or negative symptoms. Negative symptoms of schizophrenia such as lack of motivation and withdrawal often lead to inability or unwillingness to meet basic personal care needs without assistance. Treatment goal, the patient will independently complete personal hygiene tasks each morning for 3 consecutive days before discharge. Intervention, provide step-by-step cues and encouragement for completing hygiene tasks, offer praise for efforts and completion. Evaluation, the patient independently completed morning hygiene routines, including brushing teeth and washing face, for 3 consecutive days before discharge. Treatment outcome, the patient independently completes personal hygiene tasks, example showering, brushing teeth, and grooming, daily without prompts for at least 3 consecutive days before discharge. So pharmacological intervention, We have risperidone, the brand name Risperdal. It helps reduce positive symptoms like hallucinations, delusions, and to a lesser extent negative symptoms, example apathy and social withdrawal. Medication adherence: take risperidone exactly as prescribed. Do not stop suddenly without consulting your healthcare provider. Administration tips: can be taken with or without food or with food. Take at the same times daily to maintain steady blood levels. Common side effects: you may feel drowsy or dizzy, especially at first. Avoid driving or operating machinery until you know how it affects you. Some weight gain and increased appetite may occur. Maintain healthy diet and exercise routine. Report any shaking, stiffness, or restlessness. Serious side effects to watch for is high fever, muscle stiffness, confusion, or sweating. Unusual breast discharge or changes in menstrual cycle, sign of allergic reaction, rash, itching, swelling, or difficulty breathing. Lifestyle consideration: avoid alcohol and recreational drugs. They can worsen side effects or interact with the medication. Stay hydrated, get regular blood tests as advised. Follow-up care: attend all scheduled appointments for medication monitoring and psychiatric follow-up. Communicate any concern or side effects to your healthcare providers promptly. Support system: involve family or caregivers in medication management and monitoring for symptom changes. So we have patients resources. Number one is BC Schizophrenia Society Victoria Branch. The address is 941 Kings Road, Victoria, BC. The phone number is 250-384-4225. And the Canadian Mental Health Association, Victoria Branch. Address is suite number 101, 612 View Street, Victoria, BC. The phone number is 250-216-4228. And they are open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Island Health, Victoria Mental Health and Substance Use Services. Address is 1119 Pembroke Street, Victoria, BC. The phone number is 250-519-3485. And they're open Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. To Crisis Intervention Resources, Victoria Distress Line. The phone number is 250-388-4343. And the Crisis Intervention and Prevention Center of BC. The phone number is 1-800-784-2433. Reference and the end. All right, thank you.